She was just a tourist in Dubai, but fell for an Arab stranger. I never thought one trip could change my life so completely. When my friends and I planned a holiday in Dubai, all we wanted was sunshine, beaches, shopping, and nights filled with laughter. I was just a Russian girl eager for adventure, not love. Certainly not danger. But love often comes when you least expect it. Dubai was dazzling from the moment I arrived. The city felt alive, the skyscrapers shimmering under the sun, the desert stretching endlessly into gold. My friends filled our days with plans, malls, rooftop bars, boat rides along the Marina. We laughed, took pictures, and promised this trip would be unforgettable. But none of them knew how unforgettable it would become for me. It was our second night when I first saw him. We had gone to a rooftop lounge, a place where the music was loud, the air smelled of expensive perfume, and the city stretched out like a galaxy of lights. I remember standing near the glass railing, sipping my drink, when I noticed him. He was tall, dressed in a white kandura that seemed almost to glow under the lights. His presence was magnetic, calm, strong, and commanding without even trying. The men around him laughed and talked loudly, but he stood apart, his eyes thoughtful, scanning the skyline. And then his eyes met mine. It was just a second, but I felt something shift inside me. My chest tightened. My heart quickened. His gaze wasn't playful like most men's, it was steady, deep, as if he saw something more than just a stranger in me. He walked toward me, every step deliberate. My breath caught in my throat. Dubai looks even more beautiful from up here, doesn't it? His voice was deep, rich, carrying an accent that made each word melt. Yes, I managed to whisper, smiling nervously. It's magical, though I didn't expect to meet someone like you. He tilted his head slightly, amused. And what kind of man did you expect to meet? I don't know, I laughed softly. But not someone who makes the city seem less bright compared to his presence. For a moment, his dark eyes searched mine, as if trying to decide whether I was serious. Then he smiled, a smile that reached his eyes, slow and devastating. From that moment, everything changed. We spoke for hours that night. He told me little about himself, only that his name was Khalid, that his family was well known, and that life in Dubai wasn't always as free as it seemed. I told him about Russia, about the cold winters, about why I had come here with my friends. When I finally returned to my table, my friends teased me mercilessly. But they didn't understand. This wasn't some shallow holiday flirtation. I felt something different, something heavier. Over the next few days, fate kept drawing us together. He would appear at the same cafe, the same part of the beach, the same places we went. At first, I thought it was coincidence. But later, I realized he was watching me, not in a way that scared me, but in a way that made me feel protected. One night, he asked me to meet him alone. Against my better judgment, I agreed. He drove me away from the busy streets, into the desert. The city lights faded, replaced by endless sand and stars. He laid a blanket on the sand, and we sat in silence, the vast sky above us. Do you believe in destiny? He asked suddenly. I turned to him, my breath visible in the cool desert air. I used to think destiny was just a word. But now, I'm not so sure. He reached for my hand, his touch warm, grounding me. My heart raced, but I didn't pull away. Every meeting with Khalid was like playing with fire. He told me more about his life, how his family was traditional, powerful, and controlling. He was expected to marry someone chosen for him, to uphold the family's honor. And yet, he said, looking at me with tortured eyes, I can't stop thinking about you. I knew it was dangerous. I was just a tourist, here for a short time. But the pull between us grew stronger. My friends started noticing. Why are you sneaking off at night? They teased. I just laughed it off, but inside, I knew the truth. I was falling for him, recklessly, completely. The night it finally happened, the air was heavy with heat. Khalid took me to a private villa near the sea, far from prying eyes. The waves crashed against the shore, and the moonlight painted the room silver. I stood on the balcony, staring at the water, when I felt him behind me. His presence wrapped around me like a storm. "We shouldn't be doing this," he whispered, his breath hot against my ear. "Then stop," I whispered back. But neither of us moved. He turned me gently, his fingers brushing my cheek, and our lips met. The kiss was soft at first, trembling with hesitation. But soon, it deepened, hungry, desperate, as though we had been waiting for this forever. His arms circled my waist, pulling me against him. I felt his heartbeat racing, matching mine. My fingers tangled in his hair, pulling him closer. Clothes slipped away, one by one, falling like forgotten secrets. His hands traced every curve of my body, igniting fire everywhere he touched. My skin burned under his lips as he kissed me, worshipped me, devoured me. We fell onto the bed, the world outside disappearing. There was only us, heat, skin, whispers in the dark. Every movement, every breath, was both passion and defiance. It was forbidden, reckless, but it was also the most alive I had ever felt. That night, I gave myself to him completely. And he held me as though I was both his salvation and his sin. When the sun rose, the world felt different. His arms were still around me, his chest warm against my back. For a moment, I allowed myself to imagine that this was forever. But reality always returns. "You know this can't last," he said softly, his voice breaking. "I know," I whispered, tears stinging my eyes. We spent the rest of my days in Dubai hiding in stolen moments. A touch in a crowded place, a secret smile, a night where we made love like it was the last. The fear of being discovered was always there, but so was the undeniable pull between us. On my last night, he came to see me one final time. His eyes were red, as if he hadn't slept. "If I follow my heart, I lose everything," he said. "But if I let you go, I lose myself." I touched his face, memorizing every line, every shadow. "Maybe in another life, Khalid. Maybe destiny will be kinder then." He kissed me one last time, slow and deep, as if pouring all his love into me. And then he was gone. When my flight took off the next morning, I pressed my forehead against the window, watching the golden city shrink below. My chest ached with a pain I had never known. I had come to Dubai for memories. Instead, I left with a love story that would haunt me forever.